just happened? Now, it's funny. Right before the news came out, I was watching the Cleveland Browns conference with Todd Monken on a golf course. It was only for 8 minutes and 2 minutes. 8 minutes and 2 minutes. And somebody asked him about Myles Garrett. And y'all, guess what? We're going to play that today. Because I don't even think Todd Monken knew that this was going on behind the background. Oh, I don't even know where to start, y'all. I don't even know where to start. But this, Myles Garrett traded to the LA Rams. But how is this going to impact Shedeur Sanders? Why I'm going to say that? Well, if you've been watching me since the combine, you remember when I was talking about those defensive players, they coming off them edges fast. We talked about we talked about the tackles. We talked about the defensive line, where I felt like this year on the defensive side of the combine, they won. They outbeat the offense. Y'all remember that live? I went over that live, and I said, at least we got a Myles Garrett who's going to condition Shedeur Sanders with that speed that he's going to come off that edge. They said Myles Garrett can get off on a 0.07 seconds at his age. Now with that piece gone, is the Cleveland Browns saying that now we got to rely on a verse that I never heard of to get Shedeur Sanders ready for all of these teams that have vamped up their defensive edges and defensive linemen? Y'all already know where I'm going. Now, let me go ahead and say this right here. Yeah, I'm highly upset. You know why? Because just like Myles Garrett is going to go over there and meet up with Deebo&Joe, guess what? That means Myles Garrett is finna go over there and get their quarterbacks ready for other defensive teams, including a Ty Simpson. Let's not forget that Ty Simpson also was drafted to the NFL Rams. So, with that being said, you mean to tell me that the Browns gave up a Myles Garrett to get Ty Simpson ready for the NFL versus keeping that Superman we had in Myles Garrett to continue to train and build up Shedeur's stamina in terms of getting ready for the defense that he's going to face this year? These are valid questions. And y'all, I hate to say this. But did Myles Garrett get frustrated with the Cleveland Browns and all of this quarterback back? Oh gosh, I got myself choked. Of all of this quarterback competition back and forth. He's been with the Cleveland Browns for 9 years. You know what? I would be tired too. I've only been with the Cleveland Browns for a year and a half, and I'm getting tired of the quarterback narratives too. Like, why are we doing this? Was this Myles Garrett first of the year? Because we saw how Myles Garrett looked on that field. And yes, I would play that, but I already know YouTube gonna copyright that snippet that I got. But y'all remember how the Cleveland Browns was on the field versus Week 18 Cincinnati Bengals, when we won that game and Myles Garrett was just smiling. He was hugging his mother. Well, Tony talks vested up. You don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I do. What I know what I'm talking about, because that was the same game. That was the last game that Myles Garrett, and when that was the game he broke that record, that all-time sack record. So Myles Garrett was smiling. He was happy. I know he was looking forward into this season. And Andrew Barry, I want to know what happened. You gave up a Superman. You gave up a guaranteed player for the possibility of what may come out in the first round or second round and all these other draft capitals, y'all. Well, let's not forget this name. Chris Canty. I'm saying his name for multiple reasons. But I want to go ahead and read you, because guess what? The Browns have officially released around 6 o'clock today. We're talking about 2 hours ago. The Cleveland Browns have released an official statement. Their official own statement. Oh. Yeah, I know this is not my normal my music, but it ain't nothing really to me to celebrate tonight. Now, this right here, hold on, y'all. I want to make sure I read the other article because another article came out. Let me go ahead and read this right here. But remember the name, Chris Canty. Remember the name, y'all, Chris Canty. I can't find that one, but let me go ahead and do this right here. Let me go ahead and read this one right here. This one right here says, and this comes from the NFL. This says, the Los Angeles Rams are at it again. I quote from the Cleveland Browns: "We have long taken the stance that our goal was for Myles Garrett to be a one-helmet player for the entire career." This is what Andrew Berry says. I wish you would have emailed me, Andrew. Once again, he starts it like this: "We have taken a long stance that our goal was for Myles Garrett to be a one-helmet player for his whole entire career." Browns general manager Andrew Berry stated in a statement. After rewriting the history books, record books, and representing our organization with excellence, we were sincere in our desires as we entered this offense and did not envision a world where Myles was not a Cleveland Browns. So, Andrew, if you talking like this, I don't care if somebody would have offered you a whole entire team. Why did you let Myles Garrett go? And he continued to go. When the Rams first approached us with the possibility of trading Myles, we remained convicted in our position. But as discussions intensified, we were stuck with a legitimate crossroad. This is what Andrew Berry's saying now. Do we hold on to a truly generational player who has become the identity of our team? Or do we make the difficult decision that we think is best for the organization over the long run? He said that was the dilemma. And Andrew Berry goes on to say, in this framework, the decision became clear, although our emotions were muddled. We, and most importantly, our fans, have grown up with Myles, and he's an enormous source of pride for our team. Here's the however. As we embark on the new era of the Browns football team, no, Andrew, don't use that new Cleveland Browns era right now. Not in this position. Not in this situation. So let me begin. Let me restart. However, as we embark on our new era of Browns football with a young core and a replenished asset base, we felt this move was important to our transition. And he finished with, it's a massive game-changing move for all. In Rams, we have never shied away from selling future assets for star talent. Snagging Garrett is the latest F them picks maneuver from general manager Lee Snead, who previously had swung deals for Brandon Cooks, Jalen Ramsey, Matt Stafford, Von Miller, and Trent McDuffie, with the later coming earlier this season. All right. Now, you may not like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Andrew Berry, you see what Snead said about those picks? That should have been what you said. That should have been what you said when they kept pressuring you to give up Myles Garrett. Once again, this is what general manager for the Rams stated, Les Snead. He said, F them picks. We'll give them up for Myles Garrett. God, Andrew, that's exactly, that's the state that you're supposed to have, the mentality that nobody could give you anything. You didn't even get 4 to 5 first-round picks for Myles Garrett. So there's so many questions being raised right now. Did you get enough for Myles Garrett? Oh Lord, don't say, what if the Rams have did a Floyd Money Mayweather on the Cleveland Browns and they snatched up Myles Garrett? There's so many, I heard so many podcasters getting ready for my own live. They were saying, oh, this is a win for the Browns and this is a win for LA Rams and no. How can you say that? We don't know who the Browns is going to pick next year, and we don't even know if they're going to be productive. Look at all them first round picks from last year that all the teams picked in the first round, and Shedeur Sanders outplayed all of the. Snead said, he said, Alpha, that was a quote. The NFL, the article I just read, it said, F them picks, we just snagged Myles Garrett. Andrew Perry, that means you just lost Superman. Did you see the energy that, could you feel the energy from Snead, from the general manager of the LA Rams? He said, F them picks. I just snagged Myles Garrett. Man, that is so telling. That is so telling. They bet not start. And y'all, I beg the question, put it in the chat. Do you think that Myles Garrett got fed up with the second year of a quarterback competition when we had a proven quarterback in Shedeur? They said before this trade that the LA Rams was definitely going to be a Super Bowl contender. They said now added Myles to the team, they have definitely moved up in terms of odds of definitely going to the Super Bowl. But you gave up Myles Garrett 21 weeks after breaking the NFL sack record. Never in history, y'all. I got the proof. This has never been in history. This has never been in history. We kept saying, why is Jimmy selling all of these stakes in all of these different franchises? Y'all, maybe Jimmy is about to start his departure from the Cleveland Browns. Maybe he is going to sell this. Oh my gosh, y'all. Hold on. Something just came to me. Njoku and the Taylors have responded. Really? Okay. If the man is purchased, Shedeur Sanders need to leave ASP. They're not going to keep Shedeur Sanders if that's the case. They're going to trade him. If Shedeur Sanders goes where he will go, somebody has to pay him. Most definitely. Does the Manning have money like that? I don't know if they have billions of dollars. The Browns is worth over $6 billion. So that means that Jimmy Haslam, if he bought him for $1.012 billion, that means that man, if he is selling the team, he has made $5 billion in profit. Good gracious. Look at the trail. Carter Taylor is so funny. She posted a pic of the house burning down. She don't got no filter. I heard a couple of days ago that Myles posted a clue on Instagram that he was leaving. I love Carly. She's knows the Brown shady. Yes. She's a trip. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and play this clip right here. And y'all listen to this clip right here. Came out 4 days ago. Deebo&Joe. Hold on. I don't want to get a copyright. Hold on. Y'all watch this.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stay in Cleveland, man. We're gonna stay in Cleveland because right here, man, we got a former NFL player, Chris Canty. He says there's no way to explain the way things have unfolded in Cleveland this offseason other than Myles Garrett trade is coming. He's saying, it's weird because they have not given an explanation, a reasonable explanation as why this man would defer $30 million, Joe. What do you think? What do you think, Joe? Is it, what do you think? Do we have a point? I mean, or is it just, he's just talking? What do you think? No, Deebo, first you tell me. Hey. I was waiting on, you know what I'm saying? When you don't want to say something, but you want me to say it first, then that's when I know what you're going to say. So look here, Joe. Look here. Please. you know me. I sit back, I look, and I start thinking. Like, you know what? I thought it was coming earlier, but maybe not. Maybe not. But then they moved the stuff around and all that, then nothing really happened. But you know what done happened since then? Your boy ain't showed up. He ain't even showed up. He ain't even met the man face to face, the new head coach. He ain't even have no understanding of what's going on with the defense. Nothing. New defensive coordinator, everything going on. You know what that tells me is he don't need to know. Why don't he need to know? Because chances are he's not going to be there when it come time for the regular season or after June 1st. You tell me what you think, Joe, because from what you're saying, you believe that everybody believes and you believe he's that good. Just come in there, get the terminology, all that other stuff, and keep it running from training camp on. With just without missing a beat. No muscle, no muscle memory to new terminology, all that other stuff. Because I remember now, you got a new D coordinator coming in. So what he says in this terminology may mean something else in the other terminology, which you may get confused. But until you're actually in there running it in and out multiple. Okay. Go ahead. You tell me what's going on. Okay. You tell me what you think.
So let me go ahead and set the stage. So right now, Joe is going to try to stay within these mental parameters and boundaries. So every time that Joe talks, I'm going to show his face and watch at the end of this clip, in the middle of this clip, you're going to see he's just going to let go. Yeah, Myles finna get traded. Myles finna get traded. Y'all watch this.
He's Myles Garrett. So
he's always going to be Myles Garrett. You know that.
I know. He's Myles Garrett. So this is what I'm saying. With him having to be on the field and him being there, when he's there, he's going to be him regardless. He doesn't need to learn the scheme and all that terminology stuff that we're talking about. That's here no there. Mm-hmm. What I'm trying to figure out is him not showing up, him not knowing the coach right now. It's more, I don't know if they're. It's not a good look, Deebo.
Hey, listen, it's not out of question now, Joe. It got you questioning now, Joe. That man done missed one mandatory mini camp already. It's another one coming up. If he misses that one, Joe, what you gonna say then?
All right, this is what I'm telling you. It's starting to look a little messy. Okay? You got me there. Him not being there for them camps, I understand it's Myles. Him not talking to the coach, though, at all, is what's kind of throwing me off.
That's not true. That's not true. If you know, Myles Garrett has said that he has even been talking to Coach Monken. So we finna get there. We finna get to the half of this video, and Joe is finna just say what he feels like it.
I don't know what to say, Deebo.
Watch it.
I literally right now.
Hey, Joe, it's okay. Use your words. Use your words. And say
I'm at a loss for words.
Oh,
I'm at a loss for words.
You don't want to say anything that may be controversial because of the controversial things that are happening that would lead you to maybe say something that's not in favor of what the Browns would like.
Yes.
He still got relationships.
Joe, as much as I would,
Hey, let's pause right there. That means that Joe still has relationships. Just like when he did that 40-inch slip and he said that he had been knowing Mary Kay for a while. Y'all remember we caught that in that video and he couldn't talk. Y'all remember that? That means that Joe also has additional steel contacts in that building. So watch what Joe is about to say. He's just been like, okay, I'm hell with it. Let me just say what I need to say. Watch this, y'all.
I have to tell you this. Listen, everything happens for a reason, Joe. Nothing is by chance. You don't just move 30,000 just for the hell of it, 30 million for the hell of it, Joe. Everything happens for a reason. Good, bad, and different. Hell, that's life. I had to go through hell just because of whatever it was that led me to the position that I may be in, later on.
Look at Joe. Look at Joe.
The more and more time that passes right now, Debo, the more and more that I'm really thinking that the Browns are trying to, that they're going to try to move. I think they want to move on from Myles, bro. I think they do. I think that Myles, at the same time, wants to go do something else too. He's been telling the Browns this for a while. Last year, he told them, I want to be traded. They gave him the duffel bag. So then, obviously, you're going to have to be on the team because you're a professional. They gave you the bread. You signed the contract. You told them that you didn't want to be there, but they gave you an enormous amount of money. So now you're on the team because you have to be. You know what I'm saying? And now the offseason came. You were doing everything, and now you're not showing up. You dropped the whole $1 million. You know what I'm saying, for not showing in the mandatory camps. You're letting them know, regardless, you're not showing up. But when the season comes, you're going to come there because you're on the team. You're contractually obligated to be there. So exactly. You're going to be a professional. So when it comes to the games, you're going to show up and you're going to ball because you're Myles Garrett. You don't want to play for the Browns. Obviously, you said it, and now you're showing money where your mouth is. You're dropping a whole other meal, but not showing up to mandatory camps. You could be there, Myles. You.
And let me clear this up, y'all. This is not mandatory minicamp. This is just voluntary OTAs, y'all.
This is one that just Debo, like, Joe, you don't want to say nothing.
Hey, that's not my phone. That's his phone. That's his phone.
Outside hills, man. I'm in the hills. I'm in the Berg, headed DC, and the Browns. And man, I'm stressed out, Debo. Honestly.
Oh yeah. Hey man, listen, man. The whole Cleveland situation got you stressed out, man. I was trying to be, you know, a voice of comfort, you know, today, and you know, I see I'm gonna have to maybe get you to understand that, you know, it may be something different, but you know me, I just don't see it no other way. You go defer 30 for no reason if it don't help you get to what it is that you want to do, which is you want to win championships, yo.
I thought it was salary cap.
He wants to win championships. He want to be known as the greatest, and then he won't even have the greatest trophy that you get from playing the game, the ultimate goal of the game. Like he gotta have that. He's like, you know what? I thought the money was gonna work. It didn't. I went and I got the defensive player of the year. I broke records, and I ain't even happy. I need a championship, and I think that's where he at now, Joe.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think
he can't say
Myles over it.
He said Myles over it.
Hey man, look, it's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. You got some more.
Did y'all catch that? He didn't say I think. Did you hear him not say? He didn't say I think Myles is over it. He says Myles is over it. It's like he know for sure behind the scenes that Myles Garrett was over it, which is why that thumbnail says trade incoming. That video was released, as you see on the screen. That's the title. That's the thumbnail. Trade incoming 4 days ago. So please go out there and support my boys Deebo and Joe because they dropping jewels. Let's see what the last 3 minutes says.
You need another one or something. You need to stop and get you know.
I need to get something.
You need like where you at, man? I'll pour you out, man. I'll pour you out some of that good water, some of that good.
So actually that was it, y'all. I definitely want to hear your opinion about that. But when I saw that right there, and I saw 4 days ago, and the thumbnail didn't have a question mark, and I started listening, and I saw Joe's face, I said, Joe knew. Joe definitely knew, y'all. My Lord. I gotta go get a drink.